check. You're not here. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nile Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Amlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zeitchem L'Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei
Hello and Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It is very nice to see you on this Erev Shabbat to celebrate Shabbat and our Torah portion of Yitro and a whole bunch of other stuff. It is, of course, as you can tell by some of the garb, Super Bowl Shabbat. Looking forward to the big game on Sunday. Woo! Rooting for the Bears. Yes. Rooting for the Bears. It's going to be a great game. I feel like they're going to win. Hoping for a bunch of alley-oops and some three-point shots. It's going to be great. Get a couple of shots into the net with the hockey stick. Nope. Anyone? Nothing? Nothing? Nope. Are you rooting for the Bears?
Yep.
Yes. The Bears. The Bears. The Bears. So it is it working, not working? Yeah, or we're having some light issues, some sound issues, but it's okay. So not only is it Erev Shabbat, not only is it the Torah portion of Yitro, which houses the Ten Commandments for us, so that's very exciting. We'll be talking about the Ten Commandments a little bit later. Everyone can't leave the room until you can recite all 10 commandments in the correct order. So we're going to make a line out the door, and everyone's going to be standing there. We're going to test you individually. So we're happy we fed you before, because we could be here for a long time hanging out together. So not only that, but tonight begin the Olympics, the Winter Olympics. Who's excited about Olympics? Yes, I love the Olympics. I watch every single minute of every single game. Sometimes throughout the day and night, I am literally watching Olympics. Like I'm watching like Belgium versus Germany on curling, and I'll watch it. So it's a big game, but that's a big matchup coming up. By the way, I don't know. That's not true. Also very excited. Our fourth graders are here from SLJ. So excited to have our fourth graders here. They'll be here with us. The SLJ team are going to explain kind of what they were doing. And if you did not have a chance to look on your way in, on your way out, please look at the beautiful display that is in the rotunda, the Rosenthal Rotunda, and you can see all of the beautiful work they did about their own hero that they connected with. So you'll be able to look at that as well. So much happening throughout our service. And if you don't know who we are, it's Kendra Muchnick. I'm Rabbi Keller. And time for you to find your prayer book. So if you don't have one yet, reach right under your seat, and you'll find your prayer book right under your seat. It should be your book. If it's not under your seat, it's under a seat next to you. Don't take the book in front of you, because that's not a prayer book. It's called the Torah, which is an excellent book. I love the Torah, but it's not going to help you with the service. Make sure you reach under your seat and get the one that says Mishkan Tefillah on the cover. The spine should say Shabbat on it. Once you find all that, then you found the correct book. In that book, there's Hebrew, and there's English, and there's transliteration, so you can follow along and be present for the entirety of our 4.5-hour service that we're going to have together this evening. We're going to invite now our SLJ team to join us and light the Shabbat candles. Miriam Refrano, who is our interim director of the SLJ. Marissa Ron, who is our assistant director, and Annie Rosenthal, who is our youth engagement professional, our YEP, if you will. So, yep. So we brought them. And our teachers, our fourth grade teachers, join us, please, up here. If you're a fourth grade teacher, join us. We'd love to have you as well. Miss Dahlia, we can see you. We can see you. We're on page 2, friends, page 2 in the Siddur.
Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Now that our candles are lit, we are amidst our 25 hours together of Shabbat, celebrating the holiness of our time. We're going to continue to make that time holy with the words of Kiddush, page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei piri agafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'vratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lemahaseh v'reishit. Ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'vratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Those are delicious. Some of the people that our fourth graders talked about were a lot of Jewish heroes that they found to be heroes in their lives. And so we attempted to make connections to those heroes throughout our service. Some of them are good. Some of them are less than good. And some of them are under good. And so we're going to do their best to make those connections for you. So Shalom Aleichem is what we started our service with. The cantor sang so beautifully for us. And so that connection we thought would be best with Mark Zuckerberg and Scarlett Johansson, who were chosen by our students. The idea of Shalom Aleichem sort of welcomes angels and sort of welcomes people into our space. And so our very loose connection is that Mark Zuckerberg found connections for us all over the world through the software we all know as Facebook. And so global hospitality, and then for better or for worse, that's what happened. And then Scarlett Johansson, of course, brings for us a space of warmth and familiarity. And that was our best connection that we could do there. How is that? Next, we're going to move into one of our Psalms. We're going to move into Psalm 96 in a moment, and our Psalm 96 is going to connect somehow to three of our heroes. Once again, you'll see the loose connection in our attempt. To Billy Joel, we've heard of him, yes? Thank you for Pink, we've heard of Pink, yes? And Gracie Abrams, who I only knew from one song, but apparently she sings lots of songs. But I know the one song that she sings, and that connection connects us through timelessness, as does our Psalms. The idea of emotion and power, as do our Psalms, bring us to those connections, and also storytelling and connections that are even more important on Shabbat, which connects us to Psalm 96, which we continue now on page 13.
Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God on the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. I will sing unto God a new song.
We continue now with Chatzi Kaddish, which can be found on page 26 in your Sidurim, 26.
Yitkada veyitkada shemei rabba behoma divrach chirute v'yamlich malchute becha heichon uvyo meichon uvchayin echol beit Yisrael Bagadla uvizman kari veyimeru Amen. Yehishmei Rabba Mevorach Leolam Lol Mehalmaya Yitbarach Veishtabach Vitpar Vitroma Vitnase Vitadar Vitale Vitalal Shemei de Kudesha Berichu Leila Min Kol Verchata Veshirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran ve'alma ve'imeru. Amen.
In a moment, we'll stand for the Baruch Hu. We reflect on our heroes that are fourth graders connected, Julian Edelman and Sandy Koufax, to this moment. The Baruch Hu, which is a prayer in which we stand and rise and appreciate a moment. And so our connection for Julian is that he was a clutch performer. He always showed up when he was supposed to. And of course, Sandy Koufax, who stood and connected to his values deeply, no matter what the situation was. And so we stand and we think of those heroes. We also stand and think of our moments and our heroes on this Shabbat. Baruch Hu, page 28. continue on page 30 and thank God for making night. Let's read that paragraph together on page 30 in English. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are God of night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name, everlasting God. May you reign over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. Baruch Ata Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim. As we stand and in a moment enter into the words of the Shema and V'ahavta, of course, has the idea of love within it, of a heart within it. And so for the heroes that we connect to this moment, perhaps make the most sense if we give you a quiz who you might guess. One would be Albert Einstein in this moment for us, and the other, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, also in our, maybe the center of a lot of our hearts with moral clarity and living values, and Einstein for helping to connect previously as we talked about the darkness and the sky and how those scientific connections and Jewish connections will always be part of our lives as a community. That being said, with our love and our connections, we continue 34 and 35.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kivod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We continue V'ahavta on page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem Emetz. Let's read together on the top of page 39 in the English. Standing on the parted shores of history, whilst to believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go it is eternally Egypt, there's a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise traces to the wilderness, that there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. In this moment of Micha Mocha, we think of Noah Schnapp, who I did not know that was his name, but I now know who he is. He was Will on Stranger Things, so it took me a second, but I was like, oh yeah. And I'm not going to say his name right, but Denny, who plays for the Portland Trailblazers, I think it's Avendiha is his last name. So was I close? I'm close enough. So, but you know it's Denny, and he plays for the Portland Trailblazers, and so these are the connections we have to the recitation and the singing of Micha Mocha. That Denny, we think of a modern Israeli that brings us to this moment, and Noah, we think of a young Jewish person who brought himself into pop culture and allows us to appreciate these moments like we do in Micha Mocha, of celebrating our righteousness and our connections to God. And so Mi Chamocha can be found on page 40.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, אדוני ימלוך לעולם אין. מלכותך רבנך, לוקי הים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם אין. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא עושה, נורא עושה, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
The next pairing as we enter into the words of Veshamru, the piece of text that actually lives in our Torah and comes out into our liturgy, which can be found on page 44 if you want to be there already, has an unlikely Jewish connection in this moment, this pairing. I would like to see them together, actually. I would actually attend that concert if Adam Sandler and Drake had a moment together. I think that would be great, and I would pay a lot of money to sit there and watch them figure out what to do for 3 hours on a stage. I feel like that might be, I paid a lot of money that Muchnick would get me and take us together. Thanks, Cantor Muchnick. It's very nice. And so the pairing, and this is our best attempt at this, that our connection is that Sandler, of course, proudly and humorously and extremely loudly brings forth the idea of Judaism into the public and how great that is for us in the Veshamru to also have these very important words that connect to Shabbat and community. And, of course, the idea of Drake started from the bottom, meets bar mitzvah vibes in this Jewish identity culture. And so it connects to ritual and to connectivity through the text. I told you this was the best we could possibly do to make this connection tonight. But you know what? We don't need any course correction on as Veshamru. So join us on Veshamru, page 44.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי vaynafash, Shabbat vaynafash, Shabbat vaynafash, Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורות המדרית עולם.
Once again, a pairing I would like to see, and I'm not really sure where they would agree to meet. But Jared Isaacman and Sabonis, if you know these two guys, Jared Isaacman, I believe, is the current administrator of NASA. So we hang out a lot, the two of us. We have a lot to talk about, a lot of equations. And then Sabonis, am I saying Sabonis right? Sabonis. He is the Sacramento Kings forward, and he's a Lithuanian Jew. So it is a pretty cool pairing. I'm not sure where they would hang out, what that conversation would be like. What do you think they would talk about?
I don't know, I'll ask chat.
Great. You can ask chat. Great. So in the comparison between them in our attempt as we move into the Amidah, which is a moment of silence and personal time, we also think of Jared Isaacman, who literally talks about heavens and the ambitions for us to make those deep connections. And also Sabonis, who obviously has a lot of discipline and can play really great game of basketball, which I cannot, for the Sacramento Kings. And so we are going to make that connection as we move forward into the Amidah, which is on page 46 in your Sidurim, and together we stand.
Adonai sifatai tiftachu fi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el hagadol ha'gibor v'hanora, El Elyon, gomel chasadim tovim, v'konei hakol, v'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot, u'mevii geula livnei v'neihem, leman shemo be'ahava. Melech ozer u'Moshiach u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav le'Hoshia. Mashiva ruach u'morida gashem, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofei cholim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha bal gevurot, U'midom elach, Melech memit u'mechayeh, U'matzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman ata lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Please take some time now for our own silent prayers and thoughts and reflections, beginning here on page 52 through page 62. Whenever you're finished, please be seated. In a moment, we'll transition to Shalom Rav, our song for peace, our prayers for peace. And in those peaceful moments, we're going to combine two people who we haven't mentioned yet, and then bring back Ruth Bader Ginsburg to bring this all together for us in our connections to our heroes. Alan Bernstein, who is a professor and a scientist who also takes us back into space and into equations. The person in the middle we're thinking of these last three heroes perfectly fits someone named Ron Mix, if you don't know him. But he is an NFL Hall of Famer for the Chargers, who really spent his life not only playing football, but also appreciating things he could do for his community. And so that connects us back to Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the idea of what peace is all about, and morality and justice, and what that all can look like for each of us in these moments, that maybe these are our true heroes, that this, if you will, playlist of these people and the values welcome us and connect us to love and to commitment and to truth and to memory and to identity and to peace. And it's names like Koufax and Zuckerberg and Sandler and Einstein and, of course, Ginsburg that make us this symphony, this wholeness of peace, and that connects us through our Judaism. And now into the words of Shalom Rav on page 60.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom, Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael. Bechol heit ubechol sha'a bishlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
It's our pleasure to bring back our SLJ crew to join us up here, Miriam, Marissa, and Annie, to just share with you some of their thoughts and creation of this wonderful nights, connecting our fourth graders to their heroes.
Hi everyone, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
My name is Miriam Refrano, and as many of you know, I am the interim director of the SLJ. And joining me is Marissa Ron, our assistant director, and Annie Rosenthal, our youth professional. So just to share a little bit about the project this evening, our students this year are thinking about what makes up a hero. What makes someone a hero? Is it somebody that's kind? Is it somebody that's charitable? Is it somebody that stands up for what they believe in when they feel so strongly to do so? And so our students have looked at all different kinds of heroes throughout the year, both likely and unlikely, and will continue to do so. And so they look at people like Moses, as we see in this week's and these past couple weeks' Torah portions, and see, how was Moses a hero? How was he an unlikely hero? What did he do that made him so strong? And how can we take some of his lovely traits that made him step into that leadership and bring that into our own lives? So as you will see as you exit, there is a beautiful art installation, and our fourth graders, actually, if you have joined us, there are many familiar faces from our Shabbat regular. So as you know, our SLJ students plug into the Shabbat in different ways. Our fourth graders have done an art installation for you all about their modern hero. And so they will be, for the second half of the year, exploring a more historical hero and creating a puppet which they will present at their family program in the spring, which we are really excited about. And so I invite you to, as you go out to the Kiddush after, to Kiddush, you're gonna walk by our lovely posters, take a look. If you see a student standing by it, maybe ask them why they chose their hero. And students, if somebody asks you, feel free to share all that you learned about your hero. You all worked so hard. I know I see a thumbs up in the back. You all worked so hard on your posters. They are amazing. I also just wanna give out a shout out to Miss Liat, our fabulous SLJ art teacher, who really, this project was her brainchild and really helped to make sure that the students were able to connect with their heroes in a modern way. So with that, thank you so much. I hope you will all stop by and see their amazing projects, because they really are amazing.
And they put a lot of work and effort into them. We're very proud of them.
We are.
Thanks, crew.
Yay.
Some of them are really good. You got to go out there on the way out. You have to check them. They're right out. You're going to walk outside, and they're going to be right in front of you. They're really fabulous. You can't get a cookie unless you go, and we're checking. So you don't get a cookie unless you check it out. So I mentioned earlier that the lineup, if you will, of this moment is pretty interesting. That it's Shabbat, of course. But it's Shabbat that we walk into with the Winter Olympics starting in a couple of days with the Super Bowl and our fourth graders. So all this sort of combines for us. And at first glance, particularly in our attempt to make it work throughout the service, all these things don't seem to fit. International sports and American football and a group of fourth graders. But if you squeeze in some of that, those different pieces into the Torah portion of Yitro, I actually think that it can come together. And so in Yitro, we come to one of the most important moments in the Torah. The people stand in front of Sinai and they receive the Ten Commandments. Yes. So not Moses alone, not just the leaders, but everyone, the entire community standing there and hearing all the same words, all the way down to us, for us to also hear the Ten Commandments. So before even standing at Sinai, Yitro, who is Moses' father-in-law, gives Moses some very practical advice. How many people have had their in-laws share with them some advice? Raise your hand if that advice was unsolicited. That is the best kind of advice from in-laws. Here's what I think you should do. Thanks for telling me that. Thank you. And so we have this moment where the practical shows up for Moses. Yitro shows up and says, you're getting burnt out. You have to come up with a system for yourself where you're not so burnt out, and set up different groups of people who are going to be more structured around you and who you trust. And so think about what we will see tonight for the Olympics. Athletes from all over the world will walk into the stadium together. They'll compete fiercely, but they also stand side by side, each carrying their own story, their own flag, their own hopes. And the Olympics, at their best, are not just about winning, although winning is nice if you're an Olympian. They are about what it looks like when a world shows up. I think that you'll agree we don't see the world showing up anywhere else right now, except for maybe what we'll see for the next 2 weeks. Whether you like the Olympics or don't like the Olympics, I think we can appreciate that the different flags show up from different countries, and that everyone is cheering them on, and everyone is part of this large group of people. And so there's also the Super Bowl, of course. It is all about football, but it's also, to be honest, about gathering, about friends, about family, about sitting together and cheering together and yelling together. I am positive, by the way, that my TV can hear me. I'm sure of it. For bad commercials, for bad throws, I am often having a conversation with the TV, and it can hear me. I promise. It can hear me. And so that's what it's for. It's about the commercials and about being humans. And if you are a Patriots fan, or you are a Patriots fan, or you are a Seahawks fan, then is even a bigger connection for everyone. And then lastly, it's all of you, our fourth graders, who are sitting here tonight with your families, which we love and are so happy. Maybe you are the true heroes, our fourth graders. Thrilled to have you. I love that you're doing this with us, that we get to be here with you, because what you are really is teaching us about how you are strong and how you are fabulous and how you show up. So Jewish heroes are people who live with courage, who live with kindness, who live with commitment, who live with moral clarity. Some are biblical, some are modern, some are living, some have passed, some change the world. But looking at all of you, like I said, I think you're the ones who make us the most proud. You and your families, all of our kids who come to learn, and all of us who get to spend time with them. At Sinai, our ancestors did not just receive rules, they received the vision of what the world might look like, a community that cares about justice, a community that takes responsibility. And so tonight, as the Olympics begin and we look ahead to Sunday, and we're so proud of our kids who are our heroes, we hope to hear the echo of Sinai also. We are meant to stand together, to celebrate together, to inspire together. And so may this Shabbat remind us that we are not just spectators in our lives. We fully are partners, and we take action. In our partnership, we have a shared story. And so may we on this Shabbat continue to build a community that is like Sinai, make spaces for every voice, and to be present in every one of our matters together as we take these steps, as we did all those long time ago in those years on Mount Sinai. Shabbat Shalom. We are going to think of those who are in need of healing, physical, emotional, or spiritual healing. We think of Lillian Angel, of Gary Bendel, Tori Bendel, Arlene Bessner, Terry Bobrow, Bob Broom, Irv Eberlin, Phyllis Eisenberg, Stuart Eisenberg, Mitchell Mitch Fine, Pam Fitzwater, Jean Gatz, Yosef Shalom, David Ben Gittel, Gail Medoff, Michael Medoff, Heather Nitsch, Jennifer Marie Salad, Joshua Levi Salad, Ali Goldstein. To those names, we had any name that you'd like to add at this time. Mishaberach can be found on page 253. 253.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say
Some announcements for us tonight. Of course, so excited to have our fourth graders here and your families. Woo, yay! Yay! Great, thank you for the four of you who said yes. Yay. Mazel tov to the Schwartz family. Aaron's becoming a bar mitzvah tomorrow in this very room. Friday the 13th is Empty Nester Shabbat. Ooh, spooky. Experience Shabbat with Empty Nesters Club. Ooh, spooky. It's Friday the 13th. I don't know. I don't know. It's Friday. I don't know. I felt it. Like, I felt the spooky. Ooh. Meet a fun, active group of 55 and older, engaged in social, religious, and philanthropic events. 5:45 Shabbat. Join us on the 13th. Shabbat dinner and cocktails. $25 for members, and $25 for members and member guests. Registration required by the 9th. That should be fun. Cocktails. You gonna go? You're not over 55.
Not yet.
Super close, though. Not yet, though. Women of CBI, Friday the 20th, join the CBI community for an evening of connection and community. Maj Club meets on Tuesdays, 6:30, and Thursdays at 10:30. Come play and have a good time. CBI Book Club's February selection is Becoming Madam Secretary by Stephanie Dre as a Zoom club discussion on February 9th. It's going to be really fabulous. Renee, are you in that one? Yes, Renee Nadell, we're running that session. Woohoo! Rosenthal Speaker Series presents Jason Alexander Live on March 7th at 8 p.m. The tickets are on sale now. If you've not heard of Jason Alexander, I don't know where you've been. All right, Melton classes, Wednesdays from 10:30 to noon. Come and learn about understanding Zionism, the return to the homeland. That's being taught by Rabbi Silvers and by me. And this year is our Purim spiel entitled Purim, a spiel as old as time. It is Disney themed, and we're excited. It's on March 3rd. There'll be pizza and pizza. It's on the 2nd?
It is.
It's on March 2nd with pizza dinner prior to the spiel at 5:30 and Hamantash and Oneg. It's going to be great and fabulous, and we're excited about it. Is there anything else?
Not for now.
There's some other stuff, but we'll save that for you. All right. Any other announcements you guys want to make over here? SLJ the Sunday, yay! And Tuesday, yay. You know, and tomorrow is Shabbat, by the way, so here's what you can do. Stay. Come in the morning, spend Shabbat with us. There's Torah study and then a bar mitzvah. Hang out with us Shabbat. It'll be really nice and calm. Be here Sunday, and just be here on Sunday, and then have a great thing, and then come here and hang out with us on Monday, and then you're here for Tuesday. And then everything's going to be great. It's pretty much what we do. So you can hang out for that. Aleinu, 282 in your Sidurim, 282. Together we stand.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגאון עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו echad.
We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at the season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. In the period of Shloshim, the immediate 30-day mourning period, we think of James Davidson, Arlene Block, and Martin Shear. Yortzites that occur for us this week: Gerda Beiner, Arnold Burscheid, Joyce Binder, Leo Block, Marshall Braunschweig, Lillian Bushell, Norman Cohen, Hannah Fredericks, Minna Friedman, Claire Gersop, Stanley Geddes, Lawrence Goldbacher, Sandy Goldstein, Paul Gordon, Barbara Green, Harry Gervis, Robert Herskowitz, Dorothy Hollander, Elsa Hollander, Jacob Hollander, Richard Canterman, Edward Jacob Kaplan, Claire Jampolis, Fanny Grimsky, Lori Wasserman, Rona Lubektin, Myrtle Mathis, Rose Orliski, Herbert Pomerantz, Joseph Porwich, Beatrice Rintel, Jenny Roth, Helen Schwartz, Joseph Schwartz, Joseph Schwartz, two spellings, Carol Sherling, Sharon Silverstein, Howard Steicher, Norma Weinstein, Elizabeth Libby Walpert. To those names, we had any name that you'd like to add at this time. Kaddish Tom, Mourners Kaddish, 294. Yitzgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'almad yivrach cherutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'gala v'zman kariv v'yemru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam olmei amaya, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel. As together we say, Amen. Please be seated. If you're under the age of bar or bat mitzvah, join us for some motzi. If you're under the age of bar or bat mitzvah, join us for some motzi. If you are under the age of bar or bat mitzvah, join us for Motzi. That is anyone under the age of bar or bat mitzvah. That is every one of our fourth graders at minimum. At minimum. All right, everyone takes one piece. One piece. Just take a piece. 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 No, from here. Take it from here. Take it from here. Here. Take it from here. Oh, don't eat it yet. Take it from here. Take it from here. Don't eat it yet. Take it from here. You get two because you're wearing dolphins. There you go. Don't eat it yet. Don't eat it yet. Here. Here. You don't have one? Yeah, you have one. Good. Yeah, good. Marissa has them. Thanks, Marissa. Oh, good. Marissa has them. That's good. Everyone have? I'm so excited. Woo.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread.
Thanks, God.
Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
We conclude with Tfilat HaDerech, which can be found, if you'd like, on page 345. 3, 4, 5, if you'd like to follow along.
May we be blessed as we go on our way. May we be guided in peace. May we be blessed with health and joy. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. May we be sheltered by the wings of peace. May we be kept in safety and in love. May grace and compassion find our way to every soul. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen.
Thank you again to our fourth graders. Please make sure as you go out the door to check out all the art installation that's out there in the rotunda. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Out the doors and to the left for Oneg. Out and left for Oneg. Out and left for Oneg, friends.